Hey everybody. Clearing. I love it. I want to do it again. The little glint. Amazing. 10 minutes later. Are you enjoying the video? Everybody getting good messages? Anyways, okay. Awesome. Here we go. So the first thing we're going to look into is what is the energy that is most beneficial to look at this time for everyone in the collective. Ooh, that popped. Chamber of exhilaration, enthusiasm, learning, generosity, and fortune. The going is getting good, I just heard. So a lot of the triggering of the journey has been balancing out. A lot of the confusion. We're starting to learn more about the energetics. Even in the last couple of years since I've been out here on YouTube, we've learned so much collectively. There's so much more information about the energetics of connection, the dynamics. The pain is being taken out of the journey. I remember a couple of years ago when I started here, the divine said it's not meant to be so painful for people. It's going to get easier. It's because we're going from such a codependent template to such a beautiful love-filled remembrance that it feels painful because it's the biggest leap. It's the biggest unlearning that we are ever going to go through. And when we understand it like second nature, it will be so much more seamless to come into union on a twin flame level love than it is for us now, because it's so far from the norm. And there are so many societal cliches, norms, things that we take for granted that we have to repattern. And so it's getting to a better place. We're getting the enthusiasm. People are catching on to it. We are learning the generosity, the unconditional love between twins in the collective is creating that 10% tithing energy, the surplus, the exponential outpouring of the generous energy. That's what we're meant to be sharing in partnerships. It's not meant to even be 50-50. Literally, we're meant to hold our own. And that 10% surplus is meant to be added to the 10% surplus of another person thriving, and that is exponential into the world. For instance, that is, the perfect amount, that 10% to give of self, maintain your energy, and then joyfully give that 10%. That's where true generosity comes from. Martyr energy is a product of a disintegrated template, a survival mentality template. It's an appropriate response to a deeply disintegrated society, but the times are changing. We are becoming more and more capable of being generous truly without depleting ourselves, because we're generating our own energy. And there is not that same lack for a lot of us that are tuning in, that literally have the ability to do it. That is the permission. If you find yourself in a position to be in the abundant, generous energy, that is why you should keep going in that energy, because it creates a surplus. Okay, so that is what we're moving into. We're getting past, for many, we're getting past a lot of the pain, the density, and it is becoming more light. Let's see what that means for the divine masculines in the collective. What is a special message for the divine masculines? Throat chakra and consciousness. So throat chakra. The frequency of throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. So divine masculines are really coming into being able to express themselves, prioritizing expressing themselves. I'm hearing in an old energy there was a why bother Eeyore mentality, like have to grin and bear it, suck it up, be a man, all that stuff. And now there's a peace and balance and communication of genuine feelings, and then consciousness. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so we can include them in our reality. So because you are valid, divine masculines, because you're being seen for who you are, because your divine feminines see you for who you are, just being seen, isn't that love? And that is causing you the safety, the blessing to expand into exploring multidimensional consciousness in all walks of your life and in this connection. So that is this generous, fortunate energy which benefits partnership or companionship, collaboration with your twin, but also out into the world, and puts you genuinely on this path of abundant contribution, awareness, navigation, and communicating these things, communicating from this depth, this soul level, communicating the soul stuff, your true vision, your true essence. This is so beautiful, divine masculines. So let's actually even get, how is this benefiting you in your lives, divine masculine? So coming out of the fear, freeing your mind, freeing the tongue to talk about these things, leadership, I heard, stepping into your best life. One more, let's get one more. If I don't get any, okay, yeah. I felt like, yeah, setting healthy boundaries. So you are communicating your healthy boundaries and talking about the energetics of it. Because you are not in fear of lack of approval, I heard. You're not worried whether other people think, the people pleasing. You're actually setting healthy boundaries without fear of being misinterpreted as abandoning people, rejecting people when you try to set healthy boundaries. And you're not afraid that you will be rejected or abandoned. You understand it's a matter of consciousness. If people get it, they get it. If not, you have compassion. That is so beautiful, divine masculines. Love it. Okay, for the divine feminines, what can we see for this chamber of exhilaration, enthusiasm, learning, generosity, and fortune? Discernment. So frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. So doesn't the journey teach that, divine feminines? To hold your own and to practice the same kindness that you do for yourself, that brings you into balance with your masculine and with all other people. You have become a more wise and compassionate person. So let's see how this plays out in the physical world. Yeah, divine feminine, you're coming into this beautiful Queen of Wands glow up. You hold this secret in your hand. This is your empowerment, and that is the banner. That's your freak flag. Divine feminine is that you're good. You've got you, and you're shining that light, and you're handing it to others. I get there. You're passing the torch. You've claimed your victory. I'm hearing that war cry, like, I don't want to do it. I really want to do it, but I don't remember how. It's like a hooligan war cry. So yeah, divine feminines. Oh, that was so funny. I feel like I would have to like pause before doing that to warn people to turn their headset volume down. So I'm gonna spare everyone. Okay, how beautiful. These messages are so joyful today. It's a good day for these messages. It's a high frequency day. Okay, let's get into what should we be looking at? What would the divine like us to focus on? So it's kind of a counterpart reading here for both. For my viewer, whoever's watching, what can we see here? Thank you, Divine Creator. What is most valuable to look at on the conscious mind, the heart space, intention setting, actions? What is the most noteworthy challenge to possibly work on? And the spirit guided advice, along with what are the energies coming up for the twins, the twin collective, humanity through relationship lens. What is the cutting edge? So, you know, when I'm looking at divine counterparts, I really am looking at the energies in the highest that are the cutting edge for what is available to humanity. When I say divine masculine and divine feminine, in my heart of hearts, I always feel the collective of humanity, the potentials that are ripe for humanity at this time. And so anybody that chooses through their free will, through whichever miracles or circumstances allow, whoever chooses to align with those highest frequency of love, that is what determines who is a divine counterpart. It's not just boyfriend or girlfriend, not somebody, just somebody that we are obsessing over. It's literally someone in alignment with those alive, life-affirming, love-filled, brilliant energies that will, you know, it is a Jedi level purity, really. It transforms everything. But let's get into what would the divine have us see on the conscious mind. Strength, alignment with eternal love, that eternal love, that unconditional, embodied, masterful love calms all fear. And that's what's happening here. It solves all problems. Love is all you need. There's a beautiful term, harm reduction. I don't know if everyone's familiar with that, but harm reduction indicates that whatever is love on any level of reference, you know, food to someone that's hungry, a clean needle to someone who would be using a dirty needle, all the way up into the airy-fairy luxury of love for love's sake. All of us here are looking at love. It is all you need. Any paradigm can shift with true love and compassion. So what do we see here? Potential. There is a potential for the embodiment, the utilization of, the witnessing of love in every single scenario. There is no area of our lives that we can't bring in this eternal alignment. And that's really what this journey is teaching us, to live in that alignment. That's mastery. So beautiful. What else can we see here? 8 of Coins, doing the inner work. So divine counterparts, people watching, keep doing the inner work to align with what really matters in the highest as a way of life, to not only reach your potential, but see the potentials to bring love through more surely into this dimension in every moment, every chance you get. That's the preparation, is readying yourself to be someone that doesn't default to lower vibrational things, but consistently embodies this eternal alignment. That again, I will say, is mastery. What is it that we are meant to be looking at on the heart space? Formation of the new beginning. So stay open, will it, align with it. Keep taking every thought captive. Keep working this solutions puzzle. Keep persevering for the highest potentials in thought, action, vision. Do the work to align with it. Do the due diligence to align with it. And keep holding the good feeling about it on your heart. As you release attachment to how it needs to look, keep feeling the becoming of it on the heart space. It's that energy, that feeling, that frequency on the heart space that really truly brings it in. We can have ideas that we can get behind. Our conscious mind, our free will, our choice is really there to give backing, to support this heart space opening. Blind faith is not deeply satisfying. That's like hope. It doesn't resonate very high. But when we have our free will vote of confidence because we choose to, that's where this heart space potency comes from. We can get behind it. So yeah, we're meant to be in that energy of perpetual becoming, the open potentiality, connection to all that is, and fulfilled right there at that edge of the moment. Page of Wands, this is a highly spiritual, this is the beginner's eyes, the seeker. Sometimes it's depicted as someone laying before or kneeling before an altar. And that is putting down all of the burden and focusing on this single awareness of presence, of beginning, of becoming. It's a very beautiful heart space alignment of openness to what will be. It reminds me, to everything that has happened, I say thank you. To everything that will be, I say yes. And that's pretty much what this heart space notion is. What can we see for manifesting, for intention setting? Aww. Literally shift into unconditional love. Shift any of the lower vibrational assessments of reality, always eternally forward towards love. Keep shifting towards love within, regarding what you observe without. Keep the shift. It's a perpetual motion. And the Tower, change everything this way. I'm seeing all of the elements eroding anything that is not love and revealing love in everything. How beautiful. So keep doing that good and glorious work on the planet to really help push the shift even more into the favor of love, compassion, understanding, acceptance. Change it all. This is how the new earth templates come in. This is how unity consciousness comes in. This is how the old paradigms fall. Every single one of us, keep fighting this good fight towards unconditional love. Let it roll out of you through all you do, through all you say, through all you emanate. Let it become you. We call that channeling. We can give ourselves over to all kinds of fear paradigms. If we are in sufficient disintegration, we would say that we've given over our control, our free will, to possession. That is entity level. When we swing into that much of a giving up of our free will, when we harness our free will towards love, we are channeling source energy. And that is something that changes everything. In an instant, I heard. It's always the spontaneous, miraculous layer. What can we see for the actions the twins are meant to be looking at? Manifesting from your center, the Magician, and centering. This card has come out for every reading today, and I believe it is the new moon energy. A message I'm going to say, because here it is yet again, stunning to me that it keeps happening. The message was that if we were to write a manifestation list for 1 month, starting at this new moon, because 3 weeks makes a habit, 4 weeks is consecrating that habit, we'll say, consummating. This motion is a challenge for anybody that wants to embark on a life-changing month. Go into your center and each day check something off the to-do list that needs to be done, and each day do one new fresh thing. So this can be on any level, including physical, mental, emotional. Do housekeeping, check one thing off your to-do list, and bring in one fresh energy. This creates the flow of releasing the old, welcoming the new, and humming along with those wheels spinning in constant motion, in flow with what is, being comfortable with letting go, and being graceful with receiving. So beautiful that we get that message there. What else can we see? This is the weight of it. The King of Swords. This is such a beautiful, clear, cutting edge. The King of Swords is the authority, the cutting edge. This is the cutting edge. This is what it means to live in the zone, live on the edge, live in the flow. Activated. Beautiful. What can we see for the biggest challenge? Emperor and repetition. We did see the masculines noticing some cycles that were both counterintuitive and exciting at the same time, the duality of the cycles. And we're getting repetition here again and divine masculine energy, but this is the control. So I'm getting this dualistic message. It's being able to tell the difference between the things that we are holding there out of control and the things that keep coming around to help us remove control issues. There are two wheels turning, and these are the two wheels that we're seeing with the releasing with grace and the receiving with grace. And so this is the challenge. It's knowing the difference. And this fool or foolish energy that can go both ways. The fool travels lightly, but the foolish don't consider certain options. So both look the same on the outside, but there are this duality, which is which, discernment, dropping in, feeling it. Which one resonates with love, which one is not love, a fear template. So that's the challenge, continuing to see those things. What is the spirit guided solution? Oh, we got two. Core. Go into your heart. Really go into the heart. Trust your heart's knowing to cut through the confusion and see through the illusion. Identify this Holy Grail. Know that you're never alone. Go into your core. Feel that. And then allow that to support you to look through these cycles of things, karmic cycles and ascending cycles. Allow this safety, allow this energetic support to help guide you with feeling and identifying what you're meant to align with and what you're meant to release. What is the direction the twins are going in? Space. So this is beautiful because we have a divine feminine here taking care of their own sovereign well-being, their own nurture. I mean, this can be a divine masculine also, but it's interesting that it's a feminine on the card. And then a masculine cutting this feminine free from fear. So there is this autonomous thing and then the unified thing. There is this communication and interaction, and then there is this good in our own right kind of energy. And space. So there needs to be enough space to thrive in our own right, and enough space that it is welcomed and appropriate to commune with others. So this needs to be handled with a certain amount of spaciousness. And we need to cultivate this so we know what's appropriate when dealing with others. We know when it makes sense, when it's valuable to assist, and consciously when it is energetically advantageous to hold our own. Beautiful. So twins, we're really balancing out. This is the abundant template. It's the unity that harmonizes the dualities. When we are harmonizing, alchemizing dualities, it's when we can see that this one and this one, the two dualities, are harmonized, when we can take a step back and be one step beyond it, so that we have room in our hearts for that. We have room for both truths to be there. And as we step back, the big picture keeps getting bigger because we keep getting new sets of dualities. And so once we learn each gate, those keys support us as metaphors to transcend other gates. And there are no problems we can't solve that way. Okay, let's get one more card for each twin. We'll do Starseed Oracle. So what can we close this with for the masculines? Divine masculines. What do the divine masculines need? Joy, playfulness, and pleasure. So loosen up, have fun, divine masculines. Don't take things too seriously, especially those cycles that keep coming back around that seem like they used to trigger, that made you feel uncomfortable. It's okay to relax, have fun, be yourself, be joyful. The things that make you joyful, they're not so wrong. That's the wrong joke. Okay, nothing wrong with wearing sarongs, divine masculines. What can we see for the feminines? I'm seeing every divine masculine wearing a sarong right now across the world. Sarongs unite. Temple of meditation, communion, contemplation, and higher mind. Yeah, I did say the word commune in the reading. I don't remember the context, but I'm feeling this energy ties into it. So divine feminines seek to come into that communion that sees the bigger picture, that allows for two perspectives that might seem like they are at odds to both be valid. Many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.